Let's go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. And by everyone, I mean 0 people. Hell yeah. Oh, man. I mean, I said it last time. I said, listen, we are... I don't know what's going on with my camera. Hang on. There we go. It looked like I was filming in log. What was going on there? All right, there we go. Cool. Sorry, guys. Technical. Professional here. Professional. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm sure majority of you are watching this post live as like a little thing to chill to or something like that. But yeah, basically, like the title says, we're going to just be diving into Unreal Engine 5. We're going to be working on the next short film coming out on this channel. The last one was Real Steel 2, which is popping off right now. It kind of stagnated. Like, you know, the first one did really well, which is surprising because it's really bad. At least compared to what I'm able to do now. And then I released the second one. It did well relatively, but it kind of died out at one point. And I went, oh well, you know, we got a solid amount of views. I'm happy with that. But now it's suddenly getting all this additional attention. And you know, all these views and lots of people commenting, which has been amazing. So thank you, everyone. Thank you who have been really kind. Some of you have even given some constructive feedback, which I'm always appreciative of. But more importantly, because of the exposure it suddenly has gotten, the channel has finally hit, it's not super visible, but there, 14k subscribers. Like, and we're actually at 14.1 now, which is insane. Oh mate, but thank you everyone that has subscribed. This really is just the beginning. I've got so much more on the way, so much higher quality content on the way. I've heard loud and clear what you guys enjoy. You know, I kind of experimented with some like reaction content. I was trying to because I grew up like watching PewDiePie, and I loved all his commentary stuff that he would do. And you know, I like to try to be funny. I don't think I really achieve it, but I like to try to be. I like to mess around. I like to have some goofs, you know. You know, I'm a professional, but at the same time, like, I got into this because I love having fun making movies. So if I ain't having fun making movies, then why the hell am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? So I have some goofs, you know, reacting to some funny VFX that are good, some that are bad, some that are so bad that they're good, you know, all that different thing, having some fun. And I heard loud and clear that's not the type of content that my audience at the moment is into, which is fine. It's actually very useful to know that. You guys like movies. You guys like behind the scenes content. You guys like these live streams. So this is all coming back in full swing. Got some smaller projects in terms of short films on the way, and then more ambitious short films. There we go. Coming down the line, like this Last of Us one, which we're going to be working on today. We're going to be diving into Unreal Engine, playing around with some stuff, not going to be like a crazy long live stream, like a 3-hour live stream or anything like that, because I am being very specific with what I show you guys, because I don't want to give any spoilers. But yeah, we've got a teaser on the way very soon, and then about maybe a week or two before the full thing comes out, you know, when I'm really refining the edit, I will release the official trailer, and then you guys will be able to enjoy it when it actually comes out. So yes, I think that is everything that we need to cover. But yeah, so we've got a lot of really cool stuff on the way for this channel. Y'all aren't ready. Y'all ain't. Bloody hell, mate. What's going on with me today? Oh, y'all ain't ready. There we go. But anyway, I'm going to stop yapping. Let's just get right into this. Let me pull up Unreal Engine. Ooh, here we go. All right. So we're just working on a few shots here. These are predominantly, what we're going to do today is we're going to predominantly work on a few shots that are going to be in the teaser. And then we're also going to work on an environment that is in the full piece, but completely out of context. I'm not really going to give any backstory because, well, to be honest, I want you guys to enjoy the final piece, and I don't want you knowing every single piece about it. If there's elements of it that you really want to know about, leave a comment. I'll answer it. I'm happy to. Or if you're watching this live, ask the questions live. I'll more than happy answer. But it's just trying to find that balance, because I don't want to spoil things, but I want you guys to enjoy it. But this is basically what we've got going on for this shot. So what I can do actually is if I hop out of my level sequencer here and I show off this environment. So this environment is custom, entirely custom. So we've got a bunch of, this is our main character here. We've got a bunch of wrecked car assets I found online that looked pretty cool, you know, and I was like, hey, let's use those. Got a lot of mega scans creating all the trees, more wrecked cars, got some upside down here, some that are a little more intact here. Kind of just continues on and on and on. But yeah, so this is the essentially the setup for the piece, right? What I'm trying to do with this bit in the short film is bring you back into the world, right? Before we get on with the action, before we get on with the intensity and the scary as well, because there are some scary scenes in this short film. But it's just trying to find that right mix of, okay, let's take a moment to really sit in this scene, sit in this moment, feel that nostalgia of The Last of Us, but then let's also get on with it so no one gets bored, you know? I am one that is a firm believer in letting a moment sit. I think a lot of content that is released on social media nowadays, it's always like next thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. It's never, hey, let's sit in this scene and feel the emotion or feel the environment or get immersed. It's like we have to constantly be basically dangling something, ling-a-ling-a-ling. You know, have you seen that meme, Markiplier, like trying to keep the audience's attention? And I've just never been someone that's liked that. I've never really cared to fight for people's attention. If someone doesn't want to pay attention to me, that's fine. I'm just going to keep doing my thing and they can move on with their life. You know what I'm saying? So with this, it's that same thing. I want to have some moments that where you're able to acknowledge the beauty of the vegetation, but there's also elements that remind you of The Last of Us, right? That's one of the coolest parts about The Last of Us is how Mother Nature takes back land, takes back ground as soon as humans disappear, right? So that's kind of what we're going with this. So we've got some animals kind of showing how nature goes on, life goes on, but we've also got elements here reminding us of what the world used to be. So let me hit play on this for just to give you an idea of what this shot is looking like. So the idea is you're kind of watching these. This guy's not animated right now, so he's just kind of sitting there. But the idea is like this is just one of the shots where we're showing how it's eerily beautiful. This post-apocalyptic world is eerily beautiful because it's not just scary, right? Sure, there's elements of it that are terrifying with the infected and raiders and different enslavers. I think there are, yeah, I think there's slavers that are introduced in the second game, which is just horrifying. They just kidnap people and like slavery just came back in full swing in the second game. I think it's like in the final act of the game that you come across them. Like really horrible shit. But so there's those horrible elements, but there's also the beautiful moments where, like this, there's the stillness. So that's what I'm trying to show here. So you have all that. You have the shadow moving off in the corner here, giving you the idea of like, oh, there's movement. Who's that? Right? And here he comes, the main character walking through. Again, trying to keep him out of focus, because the idea is I don't want anyone to see what he looks like until that first hero shot. When I won't say anything. I must stay quiet. I like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some animation onto this guy. And the beauty of these assets here is they're pre-made assets. They're, I think they're on the Epic game on Fab. I'm just going to pull it up in case anyone watching is like, oh, I like those assets. I'd love to use them sometimes. So let me just pull up. Here we go. So you can see here. Oh, my days. Okay. There you go. So there's these packs. So you've got an animal pack, an animal variety pack, and an African animals pack. And they're all on Fab. You can find them on Fab. They're very cool, very useful. And I think they're all free. And they all come with animations, which is awesome. So, because I'm not very good at animating quadrupeds. Like, I can animate something on 2 legs, kind of okay. Again, I prefer to use motion capture. Hence this channel. I use motion capture the majority of my animation. So if I can find an asset pack that has a bunch of animations that I can just slightly tweak, I'm all for it. You know, it makes my life easier. So for this, we've got this doe, I guess they're called. What are they called? Yeah, doe. So we've got this doe kind of idling. You want to see the sexy walking mocap? Hell yeah, bro. All right, bet. So he's got no facial capture on in this scene, but you can see here, pretty badass. What do you think? But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. This mocap was all thanks to a great guy who's actually co-directing this piece. So I'm the director, I'm the VFX supervisor, and then I was speaking to a good friend of mine now. I'm very blessed to have met him. His name is Robin, and he had access to a Vicon motion capture volume. I know, right? It's clean, bro. Like, especially, like, no hate on Rococo, right? I love their stuff. I'm going to continue to use their stuff. Like, I really enjoy their suits. I love their head rigs. I love their gloves. I think their gloves are some of the best gloves out there, and especially for their price, they are so good. But there's something that they haven't been able to figure out yet, where when you do a walking cycle in a Rococo suit, there's something with the knees that causes this weird, like, buckling sensation, like this, like, and it almost makes the person look like they're just bopping up and down as they're walking, and that can get quite annoying. Whereas with Vicon, it captures everything exactly as the actor performed it. So with this, we've literally just got this amazing motion capture of just this badass stroll. It just looks cool. It just looks awesome. So yeah, I am very excited because we've got a few well, this isn't a spoiler, but there's a few moments where things get a little violent, as they do in the world of The Last of Us. And all my days, I was watching back the motion capture while I was like converting, because I had to import it all with the Vicon skeleton, and I had to convert it all to... Yeah, exactly. If Rococo figured out their walking problems, it'd be the best out there for the price. 100%. 100%. Like, it's the only thing holding them back. And they you know, they're smart people. Like, I've spoken to people on their team. They've helped me out with things. They're lovely people, and they're smart people as well. So I'm sure they're very aware that there's this problem with their walking cycles, and I'm sure they're trying to figure out ways on how to solve that. But the fact that I had a chance to use Vicon, I'm not going to say no, right? It's Vicon. It's like some of the most expensive motion capture gear out there. And Robin offered me to use it for my next project, and I was like, absolutely, let's go for it. And it was the first time I had a crew on anything, so very fun. But like I was saying, there's some moments where things get a little violent. Surprise, surprise. And surely AI could fix that. Yeah, there is a software called Cascadeur, which is an AI animation software. I think a lot of people use it for cleaning up motion capture, so I could totally do that. Although I think there's a free version, but it's very limited. So, and I just don't really have a budget right now for that. So I'm hoping in like the next few months, when I'm making a little more money, hopefully, I mean, we'll see. I'm not making too much right now, believe it or not. You know, the channel is not making any profit at the moment, but when I am making a bit of profit, I will definitely invest in Cascadeur, because then that combined with Rococo, gonna look amazing. Because I think I saw Corridor Crew do it a few times where they used Cascadeur to clean up Rococo mocap, and it looked amazing. It looked amazing. So yeah, no, definitely is a tool to use, and yeah, should hopefully be something I can afford in the near future. But yeah, in this Last of Us world, it gets violent sometimes, and so there's a few fights, there's a few things that are going to happen in this short film, and you know, I've done fight choreography before using Rococo, right? I've got the Real Steel short films on my channel. I've got a Star Wars short film on my channel where we use some lightsabers and stuff, and they look cool, but there's something off about it. And oh my days, I was watching back the Vicon motion capture of the fights and the head clashing, let's say, trying to not be too specific, and oh my days, it looked incredible. I cannot wait to get to those scenes. I'm trying to do this chronologically in my creation process, because, well, not chronologically, but the way I'm working through the scenes, I'm trying to work through the scenes in the same order as we shot the scenes, because I'm, especially with like syncing up motion capture, I think just memory wise, I'm gonna know things better. We've labeled everything appropriately, but it's just better for my brain. But yeah, so it's looking really nice, especially with like dual wielding things. Like you can see that like he's holding a rifle. It's really tough with a Rococo suit to have someone dual wielding something, because the hands drift, and you very often have your Rococo suit doing this, which can get quite annoying sometimes. But with Vicon, you don't have that problem, and so it means I can have my main character hold something with two hands, and it looks real, and his hands don't slip, his hands don't clip through it. It's very, very cool. So yeah, very exciting. Still getting the hang of it, like still learning the workflow with Vicon, but that's what the main point of this teaser is for me to learn the workflow, whilst also benefiting you guys, because you guys get to see a teaser for this piece, and then everyone's happy until the actual final thing comes out. But I'll release a trailer as well before that. So let's add some animations onto this stag here. Oh, was gonna buy the Rococo box thing. Yes, the coil. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. It's like that's another thing where it's like the Rococo coil, I believe is what it's called. It is very good. Like it does get the it makes the motion capture look a lot better. But it's really expensive. Like, it's crazy expensive. So yeah, no, I'm not about it, mate. Like, I'm not about it. That looks pretty awful in terms of an animation. So I think what we'll do is we'll do something similar to what we did here, because we have this guy kind of look up and we're like, oh, what's that over there? So I think what we'll do is something similar to that. Okay, and then about there, as he crosses over, we will get the, I think there's like a look around, idle look around. That's nice. Let's make sure that this doesn't clip or anything like that. There we go. Little trick, you can actually push an animation into another animation and it blends the two. So that's something that I like to do. Doesn't look very good. Let's move this all over. There we go. I don't like how much, it's quite annoying that in this animation his head moves so much. Because it's like he's quite static here. So let's try and add a little bit of interesting animation into this, yeah? Let's try this. Let's find that, and that doesn't look right. That's right. That animation's awful. This is the problem with using free animation that you find online. It's some of the worst animation you're ever going to witness. That looks fine. Let's push this guy's animations over a little bit. There we go. Nice. Shift it over a little bit. Let's also blend a little more. Cool. That looks fine to me. I'm not too worried about the animals looking amazing. The focus is the other stuff. So we can also hide it with the camera. We can slightly make them out of focus. So we just come here to our manual focus, drop, let's make the depth of field a little sharp, a little shallower. There we go. Nice. That looks pretty good. I think them being out of focus definitely benefits because they are not, I mean, look, you can agree with me here. They're not the most high res. They're not the most high res models out there, but they're free. And I am not made of money, so I can't be going out here buying 8K res, you know, hyper realistic stuff. If I can get stuff for free and make it work somehow, that's what I'm gonna do, you know, because I do not have the luxury of larger box office studios where I can just throw 20 million at a production and no one bats an eyelash. Still shocks me to this day, like some of the budgets that I hit, because I've been slowly getting involved more and more with more shoots in the industry. And I hear about budgets and I'm like, where does all that money go? Like, where does it go? Is it like, are all your actors asking for like medium rare steaks of panda or something like that. Like, what's going on? Like, where are all these millions of dollars going? Because you look at sometimes you look at the final product of some productions and you're like, that does not look like it cost 20 mil. Like, I've seen students make better content, you know what I mean? So it does shock me sometimes with how high budgets are in the film world. I feel like, especially recently, because of all the superhero movies, it's just become like this thing of like, oh, if you say that the budget's really big and you just make the budget really big, then it's going to do well because all the fans go, oh, it's got a big budget, it must be good. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. But big budget does not mean anything. Yeah, same. I don't think I could either. Like, I've tried to wrap my head around like what, like, you know, sometimes like people just fantasize like, oh, what if I won the lottery, what would I spend it on? This tells you how much of a nerd I am. I'm like, oh, if I had 20 million, how would I spend it on a film? And I couldn't. I can't think of any way that I could, because stuff that costs like 100 grand, you can get stuff just as good for like 10% of the price, maybe, you know, probably less, right? You just got to know the right people, and you can, yeah, it blows my mind. I don't know, blows my mind. But yeah, I kind of like this shot, so I'm kind of happy with how this one's looking. I can show you guys this one. I was working on this shot earlier today. So you got a little birdie. Got a little birdie that comes in. You got a little skeleton here, just to let you know it's post-apocalypse. It's not just abandoned, right? Because that's the key here. This isn't just an abandoned road. This is post-apocalyptic. So we've got to have elements that contrast the beauty. So got a little bird landing in. It's like, oh, cute bird, and oh, look at the vegetation. But oh, okay, that's a skeleton. We've got our main character walking by, looking very cool. Shout out Daniel. I forget his last name. Let me double check. I have his last name written down in the cast list. Uno momento, por favor. Daniel Norford. Shout out Daniel Norford, who plays our main character in this Last of Us short film. Crazy talented guy. Like, I think there were 2 people that auditioned for the main character in this piece. Both were good, but when I watched Daniel's tape, I was just immediately like, yep, that's the main character. Because, you know, I have an idea of what I want this character to be, and like, there's an aggression to the main character, you know, kind of playing homage to Joel. But there's also a softness in his eyes, there's a kindness in his eyes, and a sadness in his eyes, and I wanted that to be conveyed. Like, this guy isn't this one-dimensional Master Chief-esque character just trudging along, right? He's got demons, and oh, yeah, crazy. Where was the audition at? Missed out. It was just using actors that the co-director knew. We needed people that were readily available for the location where we were shooting and everything like that. But I am hoping that as the channel gets bigger, as the channel actually, because the channel doesn't make any money right now. I don't make money off of this channel. Almost, well, I mean, technically I do, but we're talking like 50p kind of thing, you know, or like £5 max, you know. It's not, you know, nothing to actually be able to run a production on. But when the channel is bigger and the channel's making more money, I will definitely be able to send out more like casting calls and stuff like that. But yeah, we just had to work with what we had, so that's, yeah. you could have played a clicker, bro. Could have been one of the clickers or something. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. There'll be plenty more stuff. Plenty more. we got our opening shot. We've got a shot of the deer. Let's duplicate this and fox shot, because I want to get a shot of like a fox really cutely sleeping, and then his foot kind of walks. You watch his feet walk by. So let's figure out where we want that to happen. And I kind of like the idea of it happening. I don't want there to be too much grass, because as you can see, let's have a look. Let's actually come out of this, because this focal length is throwing me off. Okay, no, that's where the environment ends. So we're not going to do that. Should we do something there? Could do something there. Just add a bit more stuff to the foreground. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do something like this. Cool. I like that. Let's make the depth of field a little less intense. Something like that. I like that. That's a nice little setup there. And then we're gonna bring out, where did I put them? Animal. Where is animals? Animal variety pack. And we want a fox. I would like a sleeping fox, because it's cute. And you're like, aww. You know, there are peaceful moments. He's not sleeping though. His eyes are open. What's going on? Might have to think of something else. There is what's this one here? Resting. Nope, that looks awful. I mean, let's just see. Let's see what it looks like. And if it looks bad, then I've got another idea for this shot. Because basically, we've got this shot, one more shot, and then that's all the shots for the teaser done. And then to wrap up this stream, we're going to work on one of the other environments. So we're going to be doing more environment work. So this is predominantly some camera work, setting up shots, making stuff look spicy. But then we're going to do some more fun stuff with actual environments. I have an environment that I bought on Fab that is very good, but right now it just looks abandoned. It doesn't look post-apocalyptic. So I've got a lot of assets that I want to add into it to give it that post-apocalyptic feel, because that's what you want when you're making something in the world of The Last of Us. But yeah. Alright. Maybe. Ooh, I've got an idea. So maybe we do something like this. And then we just have him walk there. You just see his legs. And because the fox is so out of focus, you can't really tell that the model has its eyes open. I mean, you kind of can, but it's not like super obvious, if that makes sense. Is there animation? There is animation. It's so slow though. Let's speed it up just a little. So it's a little more obvious that this guy is sleeping. Is that a little more obvious? There we go. It's a little more obvious. I don't like his positioning. Let's do something like this. Bring him down like this. Nice. I don't like this gap here, so let's bring the car a little closer. I want the front of the car showing. There's more going on at the front of the car compared to the back. So let's invert this, eh? There we go. See, there's a lot more. I mean, you can't see it, but there's a lot more going on visually. It's just more of an interesting silhouette, you know? Which is what you want. Just angle it like that. Nice. That looks cool. That is clipping. So we don't want that. We don't want any clipping. Let's duplicate this guy. Bring him in. Add a sleeping. Let's make it about 2. Because this guy, we're going to make him about half the size. So it's like a mama fox with her baby fox, you know? Makes it a little cuter. Everyone's getting along except humans. Would you ever be interested in working on Fortnite maps? Is that a thing? I thought, can't you just make your own maps? Isn't that? I thought, is there an industry for that? Making a map for Fortnite? I thought I saw something where it's like you can just make your own map now. Isn't it? Something like that? Like, have I got that wrong? I'm always down. Like, I am fast. Like, my bread and butter is environments. I love making environments. That's my favorite thing to do. Making environments. So for me, I don't. Oh, Unreal Engine, which is Unreal Engine Fortnite. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. The more you know. The more you know. But I don't know for Fortnite. You know, it's not really a game I'm into personally, but I do love the idea of making environments for a video game. Maybe a horror game. I would love to make an environment for a horror game. That would be fun. That would be very fun. I find all that stuff, like, just environments is my bread and butter. That's the stuff that I really have fun doing. It's kind of one of the reasons why I got pulled into virtual production so much, you know. Just really like creating worlds. And the fact that in Unreal Engine, I can make a world and then I can put characters in that world and make a movie in that world. It's like being a kid again with my toys, with my brothers in the bedroom, you know? Just going for it, having a sick time. That stuff is fun. Good memories of that kind of stuff, you know? So I basically just get to do that now. But as an adult, I mean, I don't make money off of it, but I do it for fun. and you guys seem to enjoy the content that I make. So I'm like, sweet. Okay, he's a little too far forward. You can see him. See him. Oh, not what I'm trying to do. See him all you're meant to. That. His feet are doing something a little interesting. Um, so we're going to do a little bit of cleanup, just a little. Let's add another layer so it's completely separate from everything else. So we can just focus on it. So let's bring that foot down. Do you believe Rococo could be used viably for CGI? I've considered using my suit with Unreal Engine 5 models to create a scary stories to tell in the dark-esque creature for a live-action film. Ooh, yeah. Um, totally. No, you could totally. I think Rococo suits have been used for CGI in films. Granted, they were lower budget films, but it's yeah, totally. No, you totally can. There's just going to be more cleanup. So if you were to use a system like this, or even a system like Xsens, which is just a more expensive version of Rococo, because it's less affected by EMF. Is it EMF or just like it? It's there's less interference. It's more resistant to interference of metal and things like that. Whereas Rococo is a bit more sensitive. Um, there's always going to be cleanup, but as long as you are prepared to do a level of cleanup, you can totally use Rococo for that kind of stuff that you're talking about. The scary stories to tell in the dark-esque creature for a live-action film, 100%. I actually, so at my current job, as a VFX artist, I've been learning a lot about composition. So, you know, trying to make CG creatures look like they're in live action. And it has definitely ignited a curiosity in me to possibly, because all my stuff is fully CG on this channel, but it has definitely piqued my interest on, well, maybe I make a short film that's live action and we use one of the Rococo suits for some sort of creature in it. I have an idea that's kind of inspired by the horror movie It Follows. If you've seen that, God bless you, because it's terrifying. I was paranoid of anyone that was walking behind me for like a week after I watched that movie. It was absolutely terrifying. But I have an idea that would incorporate using a Rococo suit for a CG creature in live action. And yeah, Rococo is great for that because you don't need a bunch of cameras recording the suit outside, right? It's got all the sensors built into it. So as long as you have a solid Wi-Fi connection, you should be fine. Yeah, man, great movie. But yeah, I have an idea that's kind of inspired by that, where I would use a Rococo suit for the creature. That's like tormenting the main character. It'd be like a very short film, like we're talking like a minute long. Because it would be like my first main test of like, does this workflow fit the channel kind of thing, you know? Because it wouldn't be real time. Because I'd have to use Blender for all of the rendering of the creature to make sure that it really fit the realism of the world using ray tracing, and also the fact that in Blender you can render your creature as one layer and you can make the background transparent, whereas in Unreal it's there. I think there is a way you can do it, but it's a lot more complicated, and there's certain things that don't work, like volumetrics don't work with that. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm not really, you know, I'm already bending Unreal Engine to try and make a movie that's fully CG. I don't know if it can handle being bent all the way to do live action CG, you know? Like, I might as well just go to Blender, because I know Blender. I'm very comfortable with Blender, just as comfortable as Unreal Engine. Like, those are both my main softwares that I know. I also know Maya. I learned that in uni, but I hate Maya. I've got to be honest. I hate Maya so much. It's like one of the worst softwares, and it's only around because it's old. Like, if it came out today, no one would learn Maya. It's only around because it's old. So, yeah, I'm sure that's a controversial opinion, but the amount of problems that I ran into during my uni days with that fucking software, I never want to use it again. It is not a fun software. Right, rant over. Let's see if his feet are... Okay, he is still running into some issues. Interesting. Is this... Are his feet sliding? His feet look like they're sliding. Can't tell. Let's hit play. Yeah, his feet look like they're sliding a little bit. Just a little. Like right there. So, just means we have to... His feet are sliding less. There's always cleanup, guys. No matter how good your motion capture is, you're always going to be dealing with cleanup. It's just one of those things that I think isn't really going to be solved until a software like Cascadeur is built into a motion capture software. You know, like imagine you record your mocap, you see the raw mocap, and you're like, this is cool. And then you click a button and some sort of AI like the one that's in Cascadeur just processes it and cleans it up all for you. So then you've got the perfect animation, which you can still tweak yourself if there's little things that you personally want to tweak that an AI wouldn't know to, more for like artistic preferences. I think that's probably the next step in cleanup because, I mean, yeah, there's always going to be cleanup. It's just part of the reality. But luckily, with Vicon, cleanup is very minimal. So for this, I just need to lower this ever so slightly. There we go. His feet were a little... Okay, looks a little better there. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Looking a little better. Still think could lower it a little bit. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that looks fine to me. I do have some problems with it though. Let's come out of our camera so I can actually get a good idea of... There we go. Let's do this. Right. I had to do this with Deja Vu. I don't know if any of you have seen that, but Deja Vu is one of the short films that is out on the channel. You can go and enjoy if you would like to. No pressure if not. But there's like shots in that where you can see the contact of the character's feet. And even then it was like annoying. You know, there was stuff. So there's always little tweaks you gotta make, and you just gotta be... Whoa, what was that? his leg goes all the way straight there. So let's lower him a little bit so we don't get that as intense. Nice. Still need it, man. He's still going. What's going on here? Hang on. It's here. What's going on here? Is his foot clipping? Is it? Yes, it is. His foot is completely clipping. We don't want that. That's what we want. We want better. This is what I mean. This is the kind of stuff you don't think about. But that's what goes into it. Just a little walking cycle. Because I'm like, this is the teaser, right? I want it to look good. I don't want people to be watching it going, what the hell is this crap? The guy's feet are clipping through the ground. So... still a little bit of clipping. There we go. His toes are up, aren't they? His toes are going intense. He's got some real curled up. Damn, bro. Why are your toy? Why are your toes so curled, man? Damn. Chill, bro. There we go. Out. Hey, bro, how you doing? You doing well? Welcome to the stream. Working on some Last of Us stuff. We've got Last of Us short film coming out. So we're just working on some bits for it, having some fun, hanging out. Okay, let's that and that. Okay. Love to see you live again. Thank you, bro. No, it's good to be live again. It was a very busy time in my life. I had to worry. I moved basically, as you can see, by the blank walls that are not decorated because I haven't found time to actually decorate my room and make it feel like a room. But hey, c'est la vie, you know. But yeah, just been really busy adapting to this new lifestyle. You know, I'm far more busy now. I've got my full-time job. I've got obviously the channel as well with a bunch of stuff going on in the background. Trying to have a social life, failing at having a social life, which is fine. You know, that's fine because I love what I do, so it's not like I'm rotting away. But yeah, good to be back. Going to be live streaming every weekend, guys. So if you ever want to come and hang out, feel free to. If not, it's fine. These live streams go up on the channel for everyone to enjoy. So even if you can't make it, it's all good. You are messing. Is it this one? It is. Why? What are you doing? That is really... Okay, now that's not a problem. Oh, that's so bizarre. I thought I fixed that. I guess I didn't. But that's okay. This is why they say stay away from showing feet in CG, because having to figure out foot contacts is an absolute nightmare. But I'm pretty happy with how that looks. His foot right here is a little bit on the high side. I feel like out here. How's that looking? And then there we go. That's better. Nice. So you got your little fox family here sleeping, and I don't like that. Right there, I feel like his foot is too high up at that point. Is it just me? I feel like his foot's a little too high up. I don't like how high up his foot is. So let's do this. I'm gonna hit keyframe there. I'm gonna delete that keyframe. Come back to this keyframe. We're gonna rotate and bring it down. Okay, that should just add a little bit of... That's better. I felt like he was like walking on his tippy toes, and it doesn't look very cool when someone's walking on their tippy toes. Or maybe it does, I don't know. I ain't gonna judge. If you walk on your tippy toes, God bless you. Alright, that's good. That looks much better now. That's cool. And you can see his gun in his little side, I don't know what you call it, mate. I'm English. But his little thing here, you can see his sidearm here. You can see the little beginning of the shotgun. So it's, again, pushing that whole idea of like, this is, you know, this is post-apocalypse. This isn't just beauty, there is danger, as you soon find out in this piece. No spoilers, but yeah. Okay, so we've got the opening shot, we've got the deer shot, we've got the fox shot, we've got the hero shot. Let's do one more. We're not going to follow his feet because I don't like how that looked. So what are we doing for this bit? Oh yes, okay. No, we don't need it. Do we need it? Hang on. Let's get rid of this. Let's just create a new... Sorry, I'm having like a weird battle in my head of whether I need to do this or not, and I do. Following shot. I know this is weird labeling, but in my head, like I know where I'm exporting these out to, and I label the folders where I export it out to. So it all makes sense. But looking outside in, it probably doesn't. Hey Noah, how you doing, bro? Doing good? Let's, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's get rid of this. Duplicate test. Because this actually has the motion capture part that I want. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Please, no. It's frozen. If it crashes, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, it didn't crash. Thank God. Okay, following shot. I mean, I save all the time, but still nervous, you know what I'm saying? Nervous. You good? Glad to hear it, Noah. Glad to hear you're doing well. How about me? I'm doing really well, actually. Busy. very busy juggling the channel and then obviously my full-time job. But I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot at my new job that will ultimately benefit the channel and benefit the content that you guys get to enjoy. So it's been great. All the people there, I get on really well with everyone at work. They're all lovely, lovely people. Yeah, been getting on well. Just working on this short film for The Last of Us now. The goal is to get it out the same time that the new season of the show comes out. Because everyone will be in the Last of Us mood, and as much of it as I am a creative, I've also got to think about it in a sales level as well, and release this at the right time. So the goal is to release this around the same time as the new season of the show, so that everyone's in the Last of Us mood. They're enjoying the show, or maybe they're not, given what's going to happen. No spoilers, but it's going to be a rough season, lads. Hopefully, that feeds traffic towards this video. People enjoy that. Maybe they check out some of the other videos, and yeah, continue to make some more. Got lots of new content on the way, guys. These live streams every week. Come hang out. Come have some fun. Come and chill. Listen to some music. Maybe you just have this playing on in the background, or maybe you're trying to get into Unreal Engine yourself and you just want to see someone else try it out. All is welcome. All is welcome. Okay. So let's reduce this. Let's open up this and just double checking. Yeah, this is following shot. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm very excited to get this out there for you guys to all enjoy, and hopefully, get your opinions on it. Really, to be honest, I'm excited to get your opinions on it. Come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. About there. Have I got an additional animation? Oh, I see. That's what's happening. Cool. I think this is going to be not my magnum opus. I said this in a previous live stream. I don't really believe in magnum opuses. I think we all have multiple pieces of work in our life that we'll be incredibly proud of. So I think it would be silly to just sit here and go, yeah, this is my magnum opus. This is the best. It's like, well, this will be the best so far. That's my belief. I think this is going to be the best short film on my channel so far. I've still got a lot to grow as a director, as a writer, as a VFX artist, in all aspects. I've got a lot to improve on. But I think this will be definitely up there as one of the better pieces on my channel. basically want it from about there because he's already moving. What was the biggest project you ever worked on, and how long did it take to finish it? All my days. Almost broke the mic. Almost broke the mic. Okay. Almost broke it. There we go. I would say... Do you mean for my channel or just in general? I'm going to assume you mean for the channel. So for the channel, I would say the biggest project is definitely Deja Vu. Deja Vu is probably the project I'm most proud of that's currently on the channel. It's why it's the main video. When you click on the channel, it's the first one you're going to see because I've pinned it at the top. Oh, in general, I think I'm still going to say Deja Vu, honestly. I mean, this is definitely the biggest. This Last of Us short film is probably the biggest, but I haven't finished it yet, so I don't count it yet. So up until now, minus this, because I haven't finished it yet, I would say Deja Vu is the biggest, just because the entire concept was original. I had to make custom metahumans, custom environments. I play both of the characters. I do the motion capture for both. I do the voice for the guest, and then my brother did the voice for the caretaker. I worked really hard on the edit of it, in the color grading of it, the sound design, the music. Had a good friend of mine, Felipe, shout out Felipe. He made an original piece of music for the version that got submitted to film festivals. It actually got into 2 film festivals, which was really cool. That's the first time I've seen any of my work actually get into a film festival, so that was very exciting. Yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest piece. In general, I've worked on some pretty big productions, but I was a pretty small cog in the machine, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that, in my head, the amount of work I had to do wasn't really that much because I was one of many working on it. Whereas with Deja Vu, I was the only one working on it. But I would say when this comes out, this is definitely going to be the biggest project that I've ever worked on, bar none, because we had a whole team on the day. If you go to my Instagram, there's some behind the scenes content that's already gone up. It's at Samster _VFX. You can go everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, at Samster _VFX. I'm posting like behind the scenes, exclusive behind the scenes content on Instagram. We're gonna post a full behind the scenes up here on the channel once the actual film is out, but you're seeing little stuff be teased. And like, we had a whole crew. We had a whole cast. We had a co-director. We had an assistant director. We had technician. We had my editor Ben, shout out Ben, who was there filming behind the scenes content. We had a guy on sound. Yeah, it was a crazy day. Very, very busy, but I loved it. I loved every moment of it. It was an incredible time, and everyone was so hardworking and so talented. So yeah, I would say this project is the biggest I've ever worked on. I have worked on quote-unquote bigger things. However, I was a very small cog in the machine, if that makes sense. So for me, I don't think it felt that big. Whereas this one feels very big because I mean, it's all on me, right? I'm the one directing it. I'm the one doing all the visuals, you know. So if it sucks, it's kind of my fault. But yeah, hope that answers your question. I don't know if it does. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Okay, we're gonna animate this. Oh, wait, hang on. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Nice. See how that kind of swings now? That's what we want. That kind of bobbing along. Just that secondary motion. If you want to make your animation look more real, think secondary motion. Secondary motion sells it, okay? The little things that just react to your base momentum, your base movement. That's the stuff that really sells it. If that was static, it would work in a video game, but because this is a short film, I have to make it move like that, right? It has to move this way. Otherwise, you're like, oh, hang about. Why is it just super glued to the back of his rucksack? So, okay. I feel like the depth of field needs to change. There we go. Oh, so see that? Not sure if you saw that, but it clipped through the bag a little bit. Where does that happen? Ah, aha! Found you. Right here. So let's. Oh, let's just bring this. Let's bring this out. Sure, that's a little bit. There we go. I've really enjoyed the stream. Unfortunately, I have to head out now, but I'm looking forward to the next one. Keep up the great work. Have a fantastic rest of the stream. See you next time. Yeah, Noah, see you next time. I hope you have a great night or morning or afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. But yeah, going to be streaming every week. So I will be here working on this. And yeah, man, I'll see you next time. Have a good week. Have a good week. Yeah, you too, man. Take care. Have a good week. Hope you all have a good week, guys. You know, life can get a little odd, can get a little overstimulating at times, so I feel you there. So hope it's an easy one for you all. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. we've got some clipping going on here, guys. So let's figure this out. So we've got a bit of clipping there. Not a fan of that. So let's solve that, eh? There we go. Whoa! A lot of clipping going on here. None of it we want. There we go. That's better. What do people think? Does the movement of the hatchet look convincing now? I feel like it looks pretty convincing. But, you know, people have opinions. I obviously need to fix his hand. Don't worry, I'm going to fix that. It's more just the axe right now I've got to focus on. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let us... You know what? I'm going to move this over here. We're switching to standing mode, guys. It's getting serious. But basically, I still have a back injury. Oh no, I'm slowly disappearing from. I have a back injury, so I have to stand up every now and then. Otherwise, my back goes into excruciating pain. Okay, there we go. We're going into standing up mode. Otherwise, my back will be killing me. This is why I have to stay active. I can't just be a lazy bastard. Otherwise my back gets all stiff and then it's game over from there, people. It's game over. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with that. So let's now move on to what the hell is going on here. I think I know exactly what's going on. It's because I did some animation which doesn't really make sense for his movement, I think. So let's do that and do that, because we're not seeing the gun all that much. So I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, this is a good song. Anyone know what that quote's from? Beginning of that song, the little sample. I'll give you a hint. It's Robin Williams talking about "In Walks This Girl." See if anyone knows the movie. And if you can't figure it out, I'll give you another hint. That looks better. I'm gonna fix his left hand now, because his left hand looks a little weird. So, is it his left hand? It is his left hand. It looks a little strange. So, I don't think anyone knows. All right, I'll give you another hint. He won an Oscar for the film. Then, to be honest, I can't. For some reason, it's not updating. It's not telling me how many people are actually here. So there could literally be no one here right now, and I am talking to myself. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just say it's Good Will Hunting, guys. It's a sample from Good Will Hunting when he's talking about when he meets his wife. It's like one of the best scenes of the whole damn movie, because it's just like, yeah, that's what love is. None of the stupid bullshit you see on Instagram nowadays. Okay, looks better. I still could look a little better. So let's make it look better. There we go. Whoa, his hand started clipping through there. Let's fix that. Oh, you see it even more there. Wow. Is it clipping through there? No. So why is it doing it there? We're not even using that last bit. It's just this initial walking. I just want to show off the axe. I just want to show off that. I just think it looks cool with him walking down. I unfortunately can't really do anything about this. It's just a problem with the clothing, and I don't really want to mess with the mesh right now. I mean, I might take some time off stream to try and figure it out, but right now it's yeah, that was nothing. I didn't knock anything over. Just gonna act like that didn't happen. I forgot what I was saying. ADHD brain. I'm just like, oh, what was that? What was I doing? Can't remember. Who cares? No one's here. It's fine. Talking to yourself, Sam. You're going mad. You're going mad. Tell you what, it's getting warm in here, man. This damn PC. It's a heater. I save a ton of money on heating. I'll tell you that. I never need my radiator on because my PC is just heating up my room the whole damn time. I never have to worry. Okay, that's much better now. That looks good. Still right there. I see you. Why aren't you... Why are you causing problems? I don't like you. Oh. What is that? Something happening. Oh, it's... it's his bloody hand, isn't it? It's twitchy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's this issue I was running into. For some reason, his hand must have been obscured for a brief moment, but I've been encountering this twitching. Very bizarre twitching movement happening. With his hands. You can see it there. Does this like weird rotational thing. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe someone that knows Vicon can tell me what that is, but it's alright. That part of the animation isn't included. I've got some handles on this, so yeah, you're not going to see that last bit. It's literally about here where we'll cut to a different shot, which I've already rendered out. I'm just trying to build anticipation, you know, for the teaser of like, what does this character look like? I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what he looks like. And if you don't, then what are you doing? Come hang out on Instagram, Samster_VFX, where I definitely have a consistent upload schedule, just like this channel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm happy with that. I'll make some tweaks in my free time, but I am happy with that. Okay. How long have we been streaming for? Hour and 31. Okay. I think we'll call it there. Just because I've got work tomorrow and I've got some errands to run, but and I also don't want to keep these live streams too long. I want to keep them palatable. But yeah, I think you know what? We'll call it there. We'll call it there. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking the time, hanging out. It's good to see some of the familiar faces. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back now, streaming every week now. So come and hang out. We're making The Last of Us in Unreal Engine. And we're going to be doing the same next week. Working on some environment stuff, making really cool apocalyptic stuff. Maybe working on some animation, maybe some facial mocap. I think that would be fun as well, cleaning up some facial mocap. And I can show you guys the process of that using MetaHuman Animator and getting some really photoreal animation. Lots of stuff, lots of content on the way for you all to enjoy. And that's going to be happening every single week. Teaser for this will be coming out very soon, and then the trailer will come out maybe a week or two before the final release, and then the final release for you all to enjoy and digest, and then all leave in the comments to make more, and I'm going to go... because this stuff does not happen like that. It takes a while to make, particularly on my own, but it's fine. It's all good. Okay, guys. Sweet. Awesome seeing you all here. And, well, until next time, in a bit.